Good morning. It's Sunday. We're streaming. How's it going? I am excited to play for you. My name is Bug. I'm in a band called Bug Hunter. And this is my normal time for streaming on Sundays. As I just got an email telling me that I am live on my own channel. Thank you, YouTube. Who we got? Who's hanging out today on a Sunday morning or Sunday evening, depending on where you are in the world? Lance Fischel is here. Time Sum is here. Oogway is here. Sark Boy, Mars, my dad, which means my mom is probably here too. Kim Mischief, cool name. Mr. Turtle Gaming, Coin is here. Puck is here. Katie A is here. Happy to have you here. Not John. John is here. It's birthday. Birthday John. Happy birthday, John. It's exciting stuff. Izzer is here. Jem is here. Vin is here. Cornfield Cryptid, as usual, here. And then I'm done scrolling. There might have been people at the beginning. Coconut Clove. Sheep Lamb. Tinker. Sark Boy is EE. Yeah, it's a roll call. When I say your name, say that you're here. Hello. So, yeah, if you haven't been to a stream before, my name's Bug. I stream Sundays and Wednesdays. I'm a musician. I'm a songwriter. I write songs. I've written lots of them so far. I've released 4 albums under the name Bug Hunter, one of which came out a month ago today, which is cool, but also it's crazy to think that it's already been a month since that day. It was one of the coolest days ever. Me and my dad and Kyle were all in at Kyle's house watching the premiere and hanging out a month ago, and it was like one of the best days because everybody seemed to really like the album. So Katie Alfonsi's here as well too, and Gabby MCC. Niels is also here. He said while actually gaming and actively watching another stream. Okay, so Niels is treating this stream like I treat podcasts, which is fine. Cool. So I play some music. I'm gonna play a song. I almost played in the wrong key. That was a close one. This song I wrote back in the rough draft days, and it took a while to finally get right. And the key to figuring out the magic to the song was a toaster. And it starts tonight because tonight's the night, but not just any night. It is movie night. I would have made you dinner, but my toaster broke. So you put on a little sci-fi film about the dangers of blah, 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 whatever. I am barely watching, time is standing still. I'm about to change my life forever. I ask you if we can chat a minute, and you say sure when the movie's finished. So I fast forward to the end and say I think we should be more than friends, and you say look, you're great. Uh-oh, that's not a good start. You say you're not ready for that and don't want to mess up what we have. But I have an idea, you say. And you reach into your bag of things that 20-year-olds think are good ideas. And you pull out this massive classic gem. If we're both still single at 30, will you marry me? It's a pinky promise shifted one to the right. It's too soon for I do's. Will you take it? I might. If we're both still single at 30, I am not your first choice, but I'm a solid 30 plan. Hot damn safety net that I am. You gotta back up love, so you know where I stand. I'll take a maybe, a shot, or a chance. I'll take a maybe, a shot, or a chance. So we cut to the scene where I build a machine, but not just any machine. It is a time machine. on my toaster, like that movie, Hot Toast Time Machine. I load a bagel in the future slot, set the 10 and smackdown on the lever. A decade passes in a single thought, I'm about to change my life forever. I find you when you're still single, I am obviously single. It's like a tale from a storybook, until you say how does 40 look. But wait, I'm pretty sure you said, and I quote, if we're both still single at 30, will you marry me? It's a time capsule, no, it's a proposal. A little bit of neither and a little bit of both. So now we're both still single at 30, but apparently what you really meant to say was, ah, come on, let's pick an arbitrary number, kick the can down the road before we tie it to the bumper. You never thought we'd be single at 30, and I am still not your first choice, but I'm a solid 40 plan. Hot bam, safety net that I am. You got a backup love, so you know where I stand. I'll take a maybe, a shot, or a chance. I'll take a maybe, a shot, or a chance. There are no bagels in the future. I got one left with 2 slots on my toaster. One'll take me forward, one'll take me back. One's another chance and one is closure. I load my bagel, I made up my mind. Set to 10, smack down on the lever. A decade passes as I go through time. I'm about to change my life forever. Thanks, everybody. That's a song called Third Plan. I like it a lot. Real happy with how that one came out. Say clap in the chat if you think the narrator went forward, and say woo if you think the narrator went backwards. Is that fishing for applause? How will we do this? So at my streams, if you've never been to one, I play some songs for a bit, and then I also, in between songs, I do something called Cozy Q&A, and that's worked out. So it's worked out well for me so far. So let's do that. If anybody has any questions for me, again, I'm Bug from Bug Hunter. If you've just hopped onto this stream and maybe don't know who I am or why you're here, or don't remember following my my YouTube channel like 4 years ago when you saw a video of mine on Reddit or something, I'm still out here, still doing the thing, bigger than ever. You may have forgotten about me for 4 years, but I've been working at it every day, and we're doing as well as we ever have. So. Mars would eat the bagel. That's funny. Cool. Yeah, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I will also tell you what's going on in my world. Mr. Turtle Gaming wants to know, you gonna do another tour in the US soon? I'm really sad I couldn't go before. Yeah. Soon? What's soon? This year? No. Next year? Yes. Definitely. A lot of Katies. There's a lot of Katies in the chat. That's what I'm getting. Jim wants to know what happened to the bagels in the future. That's a really good question. So here's what's going on in my world, if people are interested. So we're a month out from our latest release. It's called Happiness Without a Catch. The song I just played was the second song off of that album. And that feels good. I'm not in a rush to hop into a big project again at the moment. I'm very happy to, I think, tour this album. We're going to the UK in 2 weeks, me and my dad, and we're gonna play some shows in London and Edinburgh and Manchester and Liverpool and Dublin and Southampton and Newcastle and Berlin on Halloween. So with the Narcissist Cookbook. Is a very close friend of mine, so I'm very excited to go play those shows. There's still tickets available to everything because I did a good job this time, rather than this summer when I did a bad job and everything sold out very quickly. And then I found new venues for like 10 of the shows, and then those sold out too. So then I took all of what I learned about how many people are going to come see a show, and I applied it to booking the UK tour. So I'm happy to report there are still tickets to everything, but they are getting lower. Some of them might sell out within days of the show. So don't take for granted that you could just like walk up to the door and get tickets, because I used the power of spreadsheets to try and get as close to selling out like on the day of as possible, and some of them will. So. Vin is tempted by the London VIP tickets. As far as I know, I think there's only like 2 or 3 of those left. I know how many we've sold. I know how many were available. Last I checked there was 5, but I checked like a week ago. So those might sell out. Yeah, our shows in Manchester, London, and Berlin have VIP tickets available if you want to come and meet Matt and I before the show, take pictures, and hear a couple extra songs that the rest of the show doesn't get, just for time reasons. We try and stick around after the show to meet and greet everybody, but this is kind of a little more, we can take a picture, that kind of stuff. At the main show, we can't really do that because there's too many people and we don't have the venue for as long as it would take. And we would rather meet everybody than take a picture with a third of the line and then tell the rest of the people who waited in line that, sorry, we have to go because the venue is going to shut off the lights and leave because they want to go to bed. Candy wants to know why I'd be filing a lawsuit against Hallmark, and that's why we're all here today. I know that's why there's 40 people. The news broke this morning. Yeah, it's big controversy all over the internet. Thousands and thousands of people are rising up in my defense. If you haven't seen, a new Hallmark movie is premiering tonight with a very, very cool title of 3-bed, 2-bath, 1 ghost. Very interesting, Hallmark. Huh, cool title you got there. Exactly one more bed that would, so as to not infringe on an already existing media property. Interesting. No, they probably didn't know about my song, let's be real. I have 40 people watching me on a YouTube stream. There's probably no chance that anybody at Hallmark knows what my song is, and it doesn't matter, it's fine. But I hope that we can create some controversy, and maybe NPR will write an article about a little band called Bug Hunter. And oh, what's that? They want me to come play a Tiny Desk concert? You never know. I'm not going to watch the movie because I don't care. But I did watch the trailer just to see if it like it actually had the story beats of my song, because I'm curious. It's not totally unreasonable that somebody could have heard the song, and it doesn't seem like it. It seems like they're just some ghost girl, and the real estate agent can see her, and the handsome guy cannot. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of conflict surrounding that dynamic. But I was tagged in one tweet this morning, just saying, hey, what's this Hallmark movie? It kind of reminds me of that song by that guy named Bug Hunter. So that's kind of cool. If it makes like 5 people go listen to my song again, that's a win. Free advertisement, baby. Zach wants to know how to bed to that ended. Very good question. Oh, Jams has to boycott Hallmark movies. Oh no. Arnar. I appreciate your solidarity, Jams, and I know that you would never just say that as a joke, and you really mean it, and you're going to do So, back to what I was talking about. What I'm working on. So, we released the new album. People seem to really like it, which we're happy about. I've pretty much just been playing those songs in these streams for like a month, and nobody has told me to knock it off, which is good. Feels like people. I'm happy with how the album, I feel like, has slotted into people's kind of bug hunter rotation, and I'm very excited that people are listening to it in order still, because I know that most people don't, but my fans sometimes do. Hi says, can we appreciate how he is talking and playing at the same time? Yeah, I'm really good at it. So I'm not in a rush to make a new album. I think we'll tour the US again before I start thinking about writing a new album. But I am doing something cool in the meantime. Two things. One is that we did record more songs than we needed for Happiness. While we had studio time, I had another like 6 or 7 songs done that we recorded the drums for. That's really the only thing that matters. We can record everything else anytime we want. It's really getting the drums done is the thing that we all need to be in the same place in a studio with like 8 mics, and it's a whole thing. So I have some more songs in the bank. I'm not in a rush to release them because I don't want to step on my own toes, but I say that just to mean it probably won't be another 3 years before another Bug Hunter album. Maybe not. I don't know. Can't promise. But I do have some more stuff, and I'll probably throw some things out along the way. So I have some kind of one-off songs that I already feel like, these don't really belong on an album. At least not one that I can conceive of right now. So. Yeah, Cornfield says, still praying for the leak of The Chase. The Chase was one of the songs that we recorded in Seattle back in April, and it was going to be on Happiness. It was going to be the bonus track on Happiness, but then I wrote a bedtime story. So sorry, Chase fans, a bedtime story knocked your song off my album. I was actually kind of happy that this album didn't have any bonus tracks. For some reason, I mean, it's all arbitrary, but I like 11 songs on an album, and the last 2 albums that I wrote, The Rough Draft and Bigger Than Myself, I just didn't have 11 songs for the story I was trying to like put together, and so those are both 9 songs, and then each had 2 bonus tracks because I like 11, and there's just, like I said, there's songs that I don't know where they fit on an album, and so a song like Boogie Pete or The Gulf Coast, Magic 8, all kind of really stand alone. Creature Habit probably could have been a Bigger Than Myself song, but there was a very rigid structure for that album that there was physically no room based off how I structured it, where Take It Back is the middle of that album, and then there's 4 songs on one side of Take It Back, and there's 4 songs on the other side of Take It Back. That is a gentle prod in the right direction for anybody who likes to analyze my albums. And so that whole mirrored album thing couldn't fit Creature Habit, so I put it as a bonus track. My dad's trying to start conflict with my mod. So yeah, The Chase will get released eventually. It's just a weird one. It's just like you have to think about releasing music in a way like if I release 2 or 3 songs in a row that are kind of like niche or weird or don't appeal to most Bug Hunter fans, it could turn some people off where they stop checking in when I do release something that they would like. So I have to be a little bit strategic about how I release things because I want to keep doing this. And The Chase is not one that I'd be like, hey, y'all remember that Happiness album? Here's just a random spooky song that some people like in my streams. So I'm working on it. Benjamin just got the "come on, let's go for it" line in Bedtime Story. Took him a month. It's all right. To be fair to Benjamin, the original draft of Bedtime Story had that pun like put on a pedestal with a big shining light beams on it. There was like a big pause, and it was honestly delivered a little bit like Hot Toast Time Machine it is in 30 Plan, where I really just like say, hey everybody, check this shit out. And I don't think the FUD is funny enough to do that. So I kind of eased into it more, to where it's not as obvious, so that people like Benjamin could not catch it and then later on catch it and be like, that was pretty good. So has anybody said something about your album like, oh, I get this reference and it wasn't even supposed to be a reference at all? Yes, definitely. I've seen, but not a lot. I've just seen a few comments that were like, hey, Bug used this word here and then used this word 4 albums ago. And then I was like, well, I don't know, I was just using that word again. I don't know, didn't mean to. Vin said it took me a while to catch the double cross pun in Robbin the Bank. Yeah, that's another one that I didn't want to draw attention to, but I do love, and was the whole reason I wrote that bridge. So, like I said, the first thing, I have some songs. I don't know when I'll release them. Sometime, I'm sure. The other thing is, Matt from the Narcissist Cookbook and I are working on a podcast. And we really wanted to make sure this whole podcast thing was legit, you know. It's been this light fad for so many years, but I think there's really starting to catch on. So we figured we'll hop on early onto the bandwagon and get onto this podcast thing before it really takes off. So we're deciding to launch our podcast here at the tail end of 2023, just so we can ride that first wave. And it's a good one. We're recording several episodes before we start releasing so that we can make sure we have like a cadence that makes sense with us both going on tour here in like 2 weeks. So we are getting some episodes backlogged, coming up with theme music, artwork. I've already bought the domain for our podcast name. It's $12. It's a steal. It's really good. Everybody who's heard it early has had nothing but good things to say about it. We're keeping it trying to keep it at like a tight 30-minute runtime, which we feel like is appropriate for the format we're doing. And it's a songwriting podcast. So it's not just us. It's not just us talking about random things. There is a purpose for it, and if you are interested in hearing some of the creative process, and kind of very new bespoke material from Narcissist Cookbook and Bug Hunter, I think you'll really enjoy it. So. Sleepless Readings is saying that I'm like a rapper, which is true. Yeah, I think early on when I was writing Torn Between a Couple, I feel like the music that I was writing at that time, especially like making up words who I'm singing to and that kind of thing, was like, I feel like a lot of kind of my cadences are very similar to rap and country, and I'll explain that. Rap because I talk very fast, and I didn't know that I was good at this, but I'm pretty good at enunciating words while I say them quickly, because it's very important when you're at a really janky like open mic in Seattle, where maybe the sound isn't mixed super great and people might be chit-chatting, to say that many words that fast and have everybody understand what you're saying was the key to like me doing any of it, and so I was very pleased that I was able to like very clearly enunciate all of these lyrics in like a song like Who I'm Singing To, making up words. But then I also kind of have like, the country songs kind of have these big choruses where you drop the name of the song right at the end of the chorus as kind of like stingers. And I kind of combine both of those elements in kind of an indie wrapping paper. So Bug is emo rap. I don't know who said that. Anyways. Stashy wants to know if the podcast will be posted in Discord. It will be on it'll be on everything. I mean, on Spotify and podcasts, and I already made a YouTube channel for us. So we'll post it. Post it everywhere. So yeah, and I don't know if we'll make a Discord for the podcast. We'll probably just have rooms in our respective Discords for them, unless it gets really popular. So. Time of Sun wants to know what's an obscure or different gift you've been given on tour or from a fan. Funny you should ask. I do have, if anybody noticed, I don't have my normal little my little bud, my catterbug, my yellow catterbug that I normally have in the background of my streams, because I put up some shelves over on this wall that I'm not going to show you. But I had been gathering kind of these different gifts. People like crochet, or carve, or 3D print. Different bugs, different catterbugs, and I have quite a few of them now. And I have some, cross stitching. It's when it's in a circle, like a wooden circle, and they make a pattern and it looks like something. Is that cross stitching? I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know it. I love it, but I forget the name of it. And anyways, so I started hanging things on this wall over here, and then I got some shelves to put the things that can't hang, like the different like wool catterbugs, and my little 3D printed one is over there right now. So, yeah, cross-stitching, I need a point. What kind of batteries does the clock take? That's a very good question. They take AA's. I do have batteries for it, but I took them out because I was recording something yesterday, and it was ticking, and I can't have it tick into my microphone, which is right here. If it ticks into my microphone, then you would hear it, and it's annoying. It was podcast related stuff, so. Speaking of, you know that you can just say "speaking of" to transition into a new topic, and most people won't clock that the thing you're about to say has nothing to do with what you were just speaking of. Here's a song. This is a song that I wrote right after releasing an album called Surge of Confidence, which is not a Bug Hunter album. But like immediately, like the week after I released that album, I was like, gosh, I'm not getting any traction with these songs at open mics, so I need to write something that grabs a little more attention. Step 1, you write a simple chorus. Don't you bore us with an intro or a clever little verse. Step 2, stop pretending there's some kind of formula for making it. I've never been so sure. Only time will tell me if I'm something, if I'm cursed, if I'm cunning, if I'm talented or stale. Every song is an attempt to just impress you. It's an educated guess to light a bulb or ring a bell. So here I am as I cut corners on a left turn of a sentimental street. And all I do to make my parents proud of who I am or who I'm about to be. Yeah, here I am, gotta hand it to me. I can write a tune, I guess success just still depends on who I'm singing to. This one is for John today for his birthday. Working hard, feeling tense, worried about my fashion sense. Since when do I give up an inch to incidental tackiness? I'm disoriented, so distracted from my bit. But should I fight to force the issue when I'm out of lubricant to help this? To help my words come easy, to help to ease the heat we generate with friction. Wishing inspiration wouldn't treat me like I'm a leopard, build me right up to the edge of a legend. Just to pull back, leaving fame inside my head. goddamn okay. And here I am as I cut corners on the left, turn up a sentimental street. And all I do to make my parents proud of who I am or who I'm about to be. Yeah, here I am, gotta hand it to me. I can write a tune, I guess success just still depends on who I'm singing to. I'm not a gambler, but I bet you're esoteric, tearing down these local artists as too poppy. You're generic, it's apparent. You regard your judgment in such high esteem. It's as welcome as Americans as tourists overseas. I'm seeing people asking where they go to find my stuff, and yeah, I'm up on iTunes next to every band with $30. A dozen albums sold to me, it's like a treasure, but I guess I'm far from Guinness. I'm not setting any records. I'm making indie music that'll never top the charts. Like the greatest chefs will tell you, my fan base is getting larger. I'm half a hermit, introverted, if I'm honest. In fact, here's a testament to how badly I want it, cause I've no aversion to search and to look or wonder, to try out different styles or to leave my zone of comfort. I'll flirt with burning candles, or they'll either all extinguished or they'll blacken all my fingers till I lose all sense of feeling. I like my girls like I like my schedule hectic. I like beauty, smarts, and talent, but that order's alphabetic. I'm a sucker for independence, a girl who needs her space. I used to cling like static back when I was a teenager. I may never recapture the happiness of that first love. I was unaware of what a heartache really was. So now I guard a little harder, lusting for a crush, and I can see it's so unhealthy when it bubbles up in one sound. I'm breaking any ground. This problem's pretty ancient. It's a fabric of a classic passed down every generation. So summarize this song for all the people that been watching this. Find another artist if you don't like stream of consciousness. And here I am, gotta hand it to me. I can write a tune, I guess success just still depends on who I'm singing to. Jams with the perfect timing on the clap. Good job. I haven't played that song in a really long time. I'm surprised I remembered it. That made me really happy. It's an oldie but a goodie. Good old torn between a couple song, overshadowed by making up words, which is shorter. And that's it. Yeah, it's very fun. I think of all the songs from Torn Between a Couple, I always say I would love to take another stab at rewriting Echoes if I had more time with it, to let it kind of turn it into something a little meaty. If I could re-record any song on Torn Between a Couple, it'd probably be that one, because I think it always translates better live than it did on my recording. So how did it do at the open mics? Great question. So immediately good, immediately well. I don't have it's not a video. It's a video that is of my phone face down on a table at the cafe that I played it for the first time in January of 2016. Jeez. And yeah, so I had been going to open mics a bunch, playing all these different Surge of Confidence songs, so playing a lot of Headlights, playing a lot of Swallowing Gum, playing a lot of, what did I play? It was mostly Headlights, Swallowing Gum. I had written $sign Sax around that time, so I was playing that, and I just wasn't getting anybody, it's a bunch of songwriters, right? It's a bunch of musicians. It's mostly who the audience is, right? It's very few people who are there just to listen to music. It's mostly the other musicians who are playing at that open mic, and just I get off stage, and they'd say, all right, next up is Bob, and Bob was great. But I really wanted to grab people's attention, and the first time I played that song, immediately every person in the room was watching and laughing at the different lines, and that Find Another Artist If You Don't Like Stream of Consciousness got a big applause, a big mid-song applause from everybody, which was yes, I did it, and really changed kind of my songwriting style from that moment forward. So anyways, yeah, worked really well. Yeah. And 2016 was 9 years ago. You're right, James. Good math. Echoes feels like a perfect car commercial song to me. That would be cool. Yeah. Vin says Echoes I didn't like at first, but love the acoustic version. I think there's a good song hiding in Echoes. It's too long. It's like 5 minutes for no reason. I'll be honest. It shouldn't be 5 minutes. Jem wants to hear Robbin Bank live. It's all gonna depend. What show are you seeing us at, Jem? Because I think is it Manchester? That's our third show. Yeah, I mean, I'll still be kind of in the trialing out new songs like vibe at that point. I'll get a pretty good idea of what songs do well live. So depending on how Dublin and or Liverpool think of Robbin Bank, that might depend on how I play it in Manchester. I want to play it. It's just I want to play 20 songs and I just don't have time. I can probably commit to playing Robbin Bank in London. We're going to be filming the show, which I'm very excited about. The crew that does our music videos is going to be coming out to the London show and making a film. Not a film, but they're going to be taking video and we'll have audio so that everybody can enjoy the London show at a later date. Unless I beef it. Unless I do really bad, then probably not. But yeah, London it's our biggest show of the tour, and we have a personal relationship with the crew there because we've done music videos with them before. So it's really easy to kind of be like, hey, well, you're in London. We're going to be in London. You filmed for us before. We know you. We've worked together for years and years and years. Let's film this one. So, and jams will be on TV. Yes. No. Only backs of heads. That way we don't have to get people to sign waivers. So. And I'm hoping that Sam, either Sam or even John, the two actors in the Bragging video that I got to hang out with, hopefully will be there. So Sam came out to the Birmingham show last year because we were filming a segment for the Bragging music video. And so everybody got to get Sam on stage and boo him halfway through my set. We're just like, hey, we need to film a little clip for our video. Would you guys mind being really mean to Sam and have him stand here for like 30 seconds and everyone just boo him, which was great. But we won't be doing anything like that. We're not filming a music video this time. Just the show. So Sam's such a cool guy. Ugh, yeah. Will you ever release like a DVD of all your performances on tour? A DVD? Probably not, because I don't think they make those anymore, do they? They still making DVDs? Put it on YouTube. Could definitely put it on YouTube. Yeah, the manufacturing. We don't have the scale to manufacture physical goods like that. CDs, we can make some, but yeah, it'd be a lot. We will be doing audio recordings of every show. We're going to continue to do that because we found a really good way to do it that makes pretty good quality audio cuts of live shows. That includes our instruments, guitar, and vocals, as well as crowd mics that kind of get that sing-along factor. It sounds really good. So if anybody if you're a Narcissist Cookbook fan and you're in their Discord, they released the 9 of the covers that they did during the July tour. And you can kind of hear kind of the audio recordings that Matt took of 9 of their covers from July. It's a fun time. It was definitely a trip down memory lane for me because I never knew what cover Matt was going to play every night, and so I was always as surprised as the audience. Coco wants to know, any chance of coming to Australia? I want to, really badly. That's all I can really say. I don't know. I just really want to. It's just expensive. A lot of overhead, and I'm gonna try my best. And but the problem, the thing I hate about everything is that I promise you that I'll make it work, and then the day I choose, you'll have like a wedding to go to, and you'll be like, I can't make it, because I mean, it happens every tour, every single show I've ever done. There's always like somebody who has been like, oh, please come to Berlin, come to Germany. I would do anything to see you, and then be like, oh, it's Halloween, we're going trick-or-treating that night, I can't do it, I have kids. I'm like, no, I can't. I try not to get emotionally invested in people being able to come to my shows, because it's literally every show that I've ever done, somebody who was really looking forward to it can't make it because of the specific date and time, or location, or whatever. The one that breaks my heart that I see when people don't, they really want us to come they really want to come to a show, and like very few opportunities, and they'll say something like, oh, I wish I could have gone, I didn't have anyone to go with. And that one breaks my heart, because if you want to come to a show, like, you should just come. Like, you don't have to come with somebody else. You can come to a show. Our environments that we like create at our shows are like super like chill and welcoming, and like we always have people who are there by themselves, and we always do a meet and greet line afterwards, and people come up and be like, I wasn't sure if I was going to come. I didn't have anyone to come with, so I came by myself. And I was like, did you have a good time? Like, I had the best time. It was so fun. I'm so glad I came. So, obviously, if it's like I can't get transportation to a show because no one would go with me, that's a different thing. But just like not wanting to go alone, just come alone. We'll be your friend. It's fine. Everybody makes friends at the show. It's a very cool environment. So, yeah. Totally cool to come by yourself. I'm big on going to concerts by myself. I used to kind of have that mentality of like, oh, there's a concert, I'm gonna invite so and so. And now, if I want to go to a show, I don't even like think, who am I gonna bring to this? I just buy one ticket, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go, because I don't like to think about like, oh, is this person that I brought enjoying this thing that I love and they've never like experienced, and then I'm more worried about them than I am about enjoying the thing. Yeah, I had a Fratelli's concert ruined for me like that once. And I love the Fratellis, but yeah, we're a weird indie band. So like, just, not everyone's gonna like us. It's fine. I do love it when like teens come with like their parents, and they're both fans of Buck Gunner. That always makes me happy, because I go to my shows with my dad too. So. Yeah, Jams will be friends with you in London and Edinburgh. Happy birthday, John. Have fun. Okay. I'm going to do one more song, and then I'm going to skedoodle. I have been packing Kickstarter stuff for the last days. I got the shirts on Thursday, and I have been packing box after box after box after box after box after box after box, and I filled my car all the way to the brim and drove it to UPS, and I brought all the boxes inside, and I said, this is about 22% of everything that I'm going to be bringing, so I will see y'all tomorrow. And the guy, when I walked in, because I have these big white boxes that they hold the posters, small PSA, if you bought a poster and a shirt through the Kickstarter, it's coming in a box. It's a big white box, and the poster is underneath a fake bottom. I have put stickers on it. It says, read me. Your poster is underneath this cardboard. There's a little cutout where you can lift up, and there's an arrow pointing to that cutout saying, lift from here. Your poster is underneath here. Nobody email me and say, hey, I threw out my box, and also, you never sent me my poster. I did. It's underneath the cardboard. I sent out a Kickstarter message to everybody who's got one of those too. Anyways, I walked in with all these big white boxes, and the guy was like, I thought you were bringing me pizza. And I was like, I wish, because I love pizza. Maybe next time, but I'm not going to bring the pizza. Because shipping is expensive. Way more expensive. Shipping is way more expensive in October of 2023 than it was in January of 2023 when I budgeted for it. But it's okay. we'll still come out ahead. But yeah, I'm draining I'm draining my credit card limit buying all these shipping labels. It's all right though. It's probably 40% higher shipping costs than what it was when January, when I looked, hey, was it cost to ship this? Cool. One more song. Let's do this one because Jem likes this song. You say you're sick of fighting slash the crashing lack of fashion slash the fact we act so unattached. Relax, I'm having none of that. You look fantastic slash to me. I had your plan romantically for saving slash recapturing the passion we had back when we had half the cash and matching dreams. So pack the map and make it seem like this transaction is happening when fact is this is actually this is a stick up with the money in the bag. I'm banking on a better plan to hit me any day. I'll take you on a date, split everything we take, so put on your best dress, babe. We're robbing a bank. Let's recruit a crop of criminals, a crew to pull this off, like a crew to day of crime. We need variety to spice it up, but an actor we can't bend the story back where it began, and all the hackers on the planet cannot patch us up again. We can do this shit, the two of us, let's run the classic plan. I'll be the distraction and they'll never get your sleight of hand. This is a stick up with the money in the bag. I'm banking on a better plan to hit me any day. I'll take you on a date, split everything we take, so put on your high heels, babe. We're robbing the bank. You said you'll rob a bank with me if I'll go to church with you. So I sat through all the hymns in my best shirt and shiny shoes. But a deal's a deal, so you took the wheel and we headed to our mark. You told me to lay low and keep my head down in the car. You were silent on the drive, it only hit me when we stopped. You had driven us right back to church. Oh God, this was a double cross. This is a hiccup, yes, you're gonna make me beg. I imagine this finale going off a different way. Not the 50-50 split I had pictured in my brain. Cause I would give up all the money in the bag, all the diamonds in the vault, and all the problems that we make for a happy ever after highs to make it all okay. So for old time's sake, what do you say? Are we robbing a bank? Thank you, everybody. Great, perfect timing jams. Very good job on your clapping today. You nailed it, as always. That was a stick. Jams is not used to the new songs existing. Yeah, the song's called Robbin' a Bank. And I like it a lot, and it's very good, and I'm happy with it. I'm glad y'all like it too. If y'all didn't like it, I'd be sad, because that's a very fun one. And it's a very short and easy to play. So, cool. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to go back to packing up boxes and watching, I'm finishing The Walking Dead, finally. I started that show in college, 12, oh God, 13 years ago. And I'm finally getting around to watching the ending. So nobody spoiled it for me. I've got a few more episodes to go. I have gotten through like 2 seasons, catching up while folding boxes. So, and then as soon as Kyle is ready, we're going to play Baldur's Gate 3. So, it's going to be a good day. I'm excited. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me today on this fine Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And no matter where you are, goobers, go to bed.